kukun asul.
Nikno irkut fan sonwisong o fir nawas wasa ir sonwat.
I'm sorry. Your brothers inside made me clean up their chicken bones. I came as soon as I finished, but in my haste I tripped and fell down the stairs.
Wasa ir atanopa uno fakir ukno aku. Wonowir apa wafo ukir okir wo iferk. Osa ir atanopa uno fakir ukno aku.
I'm sorry. Don't beat me. I'll get the wine and some food, yes?
Trip me? Make me crawl like a dog? Yeah, this'll teach them a lesson they won't forget. Come on. Stupid rope, come on. Make them sorry they ever... Huh? Wait, don't hurt me. I was just, Hey, you're no pirate. I remember the face of everyone I used to sail with, and I've never seen you before. My name's Chung. Once I was a pirate on the river, but things were different then. We took pride in our work. We were professionals, not like these lazy, drunken louts. The younger pirates used to look up to me. Now they treat me like dirt. They treat me worse than that slave cleaning the pier. But I'm gonna get even. I'll show them. Those drunks on the pier were supposed to unload the ship, but they're too lazy to finish the job. They left a cannon suspended above the dock, supported by this single rope. One quick pull and that cannon comes crashing down, taking out the dock and anyone on it. But my old bones can't pull hard enough to loosen the knots in the rope. I got nothing against the kid, but dropping the cannon is the easiest way to wipe out everyone on the pier. Tough break for the kid, but much easier for you. You want to take the guards on face to face? I won't stop you. Still think you should use the rope, though. Tough break for the kid cleaning the pier, but much easier for you. But whatever you're gonna do, do it quick. Won't be long until those pirates on the dock start wondering what's taking me so long with their wine. Did you see the looks on their faces when that cannon hit them? Now they're feeding fish at the bottom of the river. Too bad about the kid, though. You know, back in my day, we weren't stupid enough to fall for a trick like that. Gao ruined everything. I tried to tell them, but nobody listened. You'd think the Lotus Assassins would have been a warning. Even a pirate knows better than to get mixed up with them. Gao the Greater, as he calls himself, is the leader of the guild, a powerful crime syndicate. They never used to bother with us until Gao came to power. Gao himself came and took over our operations. He began building the flyers, and he made slaving our main activity. My own men turned on me. Now they treat me like a dog. A few months later, the Lotus Assassins showed up. Gao must have some kind of deal worked out with them, whatever they're up to. It must be something big. They showed up shortly after Gao took over, working with him and his guild. Inquisitor Lim seems to be in charge of the Lotus Assassins here. Gao and Lim don't get along. They both like to be in charge. Be careful if you run into Lim. There's something very wrong about him. Back in my day, a pirate ship stayed on the water where it belonged. Now they've got some kind of factory up on the top floor where they build those blasted airships. There's something suspicious about those airships. Sure, the pirates use them, but I think that's just a cover so the Lotus Assassins can come and go as they please. Ask away, and I'll do my best to answer. Any enemy of Gao and the Lotus Assassins is a friend of mine. Oh, I was more than just a pirate. I was captain. I robbed and pillaged up and down these waters, but I did things differently. We sailed the waters, not the skies. Then Gao came with his Lotus Assassins and airships, and suddenly my ideas were old-fashioned. My men turned on me, and Gao kept me around as a broken-down servant. I spent my life as a pirate, and look where it got me. Now I'm barely above the slaves. If you see Gao, give him a kick for me, even if he's already dead. Ask away, and I'll do my best to answer. Any enemy. Pirates are hidden away all through this lair. You shouldn't have too much trouble with them. One of Gao's new captains is around. Watch out for her. She's a tough one. Up near the top, you'll find the airships and Gao himself. Maybe Inquisitor Lim, too. He's so cold he could scare a spirit back to life, then scare him dead all over again. Watch yourself in this place. 1 minute you're on top, and the next you're on the bottom, bowing and scraping.
Longsword! You lack focus!
Freed the slaves! You'll pay for that, maggot!
Will I?
If you scum have any sense at all, you'll stand aside. Let me go drive a blade through your master's throat and I'll forget I saw you.
Oh, certainly. We'll sit back and let you stroll upstairs to kill our leader. Would it help if we drew you a map to his room?
Ukir ako no suukut ni sisa ir kanto.
I wasn't serious, you idiot. We're going to kill this intruder and go back to our drinking. He's just one man. He can't beat all of us.
Look around. The odds are not so much in your favor. There's still a chance for you to run.
What are you talking about, fool?
You haven't noticed my partner over there watching us? Don't let her grace and beauty fool you. She's deadly. This is your last chance to get out of here alive.
So, the thief brought a friend. That just means you won't die alone. Attack!
How'd I know you'd be deadly in a fight? You'll have to accept my apologies for dragging you into that, but I can't afford to be stopped. Not now. My name is Sky. It's good to see there's someone else in this place who can't stand these slaving dogs. We make quite the pair. It was obvious you weren't with the pirates. Why not deal with them quickly? There's bigger game above us. Speaking of which, there's a very secure and equally intimidating gate blocking the way. If we work together, though, it'll be simple to crack. It's funny what things you can learn if you just ask at the right time, like when you have a knife to someone's throat. Things like how to reach the upper levels of this place despite that security door. I'm here on a personal matter. A man in this place took something very valuable from me, and I intend to repay him the favor. If I had more time, I'd want to know what brought you here. I expect it's quite the tale. Yes, I hunt Gao the Greater, though I will not say why. It is a personal matter. I won't be stopped now that I'm this close, and luckily you're here. That'll make it easier to reach the upper levels where he hides himself away. The door at the top of this stair is locked through a fairly ingenious mechanism. Gao's engineer, Kang the Mad, designed it for security. Kang the Mad is a crafty fellow. The door requires two to unlock it. Up high there is a platform with a release lever. The door must be operated while the lever is held forward. There used to be a sentry up there who handled that kind of thing, but he had an accident. I can climb up and pull the lever easily enough. You can open the door when it's unlocked. My best guess would be guards willing to die for their master. You shouldn't have too much trouble helping them reach that goal. Once the door is open, we can go our separate ways. I have my goals, and I'm sure you have yours. Since we both have much to do, why don't I go unlock the door now? Coming from you, that's a tempting offer. I'm a fool to turn you down. But I think what I've come here to do is something I must do alone. I should go now, but I have to ask in case we never meet again. Where did you study? Watching you fight, I just had to ask. Your technique is like no other I've seen before. It's not so much strange as it is intriguing. No one I've ever met fights like you do. It's subtle, but your movements bait your foes into seeing an opening that isn't there. It's like a clever trap. I'm sorry, I'm wasting time neither of us can spare. I'll get ready and pull the lever when you're near the door. Good luck with whatever brought you to this place.
Nara earphone wonu kanawa ofa ear kanawa wonu. Ukir neko sise sayer wosayer nifuyer. Sayer yo woya yer ni tatatier ni sasapika. Akwakwak wo sosonia sonophonia sisayer naukuk.
Mistress, I am almost ready to return to the Imperial City. Another day, and I will bring you the amulet fragment.
I lose confidence in you with each passing hour, Lim. You should have been back by now. Why haven't you ordered Gao to grant you one of his flyers?
Mistress, Gao's ships are only small flyers. They're good for short-range flights and raiding villages, but not for long journeys. That's why I haven't returned yet.
Don't try to pin your failings on me, Lim. I've delivered everything I promised. It's only a matter of time until I finish the special dragonfly to transport the artifact to the Imperial City.
Until you finish? I designed that dragonfly. I built it, not Gao. That dragonfly is Kang's masterpiece.
Silence the mad fool!
I've heard rumors of a spy disrupting our operations in the South Rim. Maybe this is all too much for you to handle. Perhaps I should come out there personally.
That will not be necessary, Mistress. I will deal with the troublemaker here and return to the Imperial City in one day. You heard Mistress Jia. I can't waste any more time here. Get that flyer finished now!
Jia is not my mistress, Lim, and I don't take orders from you either. Remember, if not for my son, you would never have discovered where the glorious strategist was hiding.
I am well aware of your son's role in all this, Gao. In fact, I suspect I know more about him than you do.
What are you talking about? Have you heard something about young Gao? Tell me!
Of course, Gao. I was just waiting for the perfect time to tell you. I received a report from the destruction of 2 rivers. Your son, Gao the Lesser, is dead.
No! This can't be! You lie!
I speak the truth. It seems your son was no match for one of the other students. From the condition of his body, it sounds like he died quite painfully.
No! Young Gao was everything to me! Damn you and your black heart, Lim! Damn you!
I want to be alone. I must grieve for my son. No one is to disturb me. No one!
If I can get to the Imperial City fast enough, I can give the amulet fragment to Death's Hand himself. Then Grand Inquisitor Jia may be in for a surprise. We shall see. Get to work, mad fool. Do whatever it takes to get that ship built. I will take a short-range flyer and check on some of our other operations in the area. If the marvelous dragonfly is not ready to launch when I return, those captive demons will have a new playmate.
Interruptions? Who designed that dragonfly? Did you build something to make his sandals explode? With your punching and kicking. I was going to make more of an explodey thing, but kicking worked well too. I am Kang, the man. I make things explode, and I make things fly, and I'm very good at both. The things I fly tend to survive. The things I explode, not so much. What else can I do? Actually, not all that much. I mean, I can bolt any 2 things together and maybe a forest burns down, but flight is where I shine. My greatest invention is in the launch room upstairs. Light and fast, she has weapons and capacity no other flyer does. The marvelous dragonfly. The man with the eye wrap was Inquisitor Lim, a Lotus assassin, very cruel. The wealthy merchant was Gao the Greater, of course. He runs this place. The woman directing them both was Grand Inquisitor Jia. Jia partnered with Gao the Greater and sent Inquisitor Lim here as her representative. And because of their demands, I am forced to make flyers that they misuse. But they won't get the marvelous dragonfly. My special creation will not be abused. Under protest, Gao does not appreciate what I make. He misuses, and worse, he duplicates and diminishes their glory. Well, no more. The dragonfly will not function. Gao wants to give my machine to the Lotus assassins. But I stopped him. I hid the extraneous dust inductor where no one will find it. Try to fly without that. But they can make a new inductor. It is extraneous after all. So, a few days ago, I blew up the inscrutable power source. Now the dragonfly can only make short hops. Yes, the bolts are the same. But think about this. If there is one marvelous dragonfly, it is the best of its kind. Make 100, and they are each only average. A flyer must appeal to the heavens with beauty and singular ingenuity. Why, I bet some of my mosquitoes have even fallen from the sky for seemingly no reason at all. Yes, of course. What do you think I've been saying? You need to listen more carefully. If you stage a combat-related accident for Gao, like falling down a flight of punches, I'll replace the inductor on the dragonfly, and we can fly away. What do you say? You are sure to profit from this partnership. In fact, I've never accidentally exploded anyone traveling with me, so that alone is a benefit of my presence. Anyway, you go ahead, and once all the kicking is done, I'll come along and we'll see what's what. For now, let me think. We'll need explosives that explode. Questions are good. It means the wheels are turning. But make it quick. I never let asking get in the way of doing. Is she one of the slaves? The slave breaker let a girl through this morning. I did not hear her name, but no one else has been brought by. I will restate and reiterate as necessary, but I would like to get back to my tools. Oh, that's a long story, from what I remember. Some experiments went wrong in my old workshop. Explosions. A few estates burned down. Some other things happened. Gao bribed some officials just as I was about to be quartered by 5 horses. Or would that be quinted? Well, regardless, he brought me here to work for him. Sure, he rescued me, but only to acquire my inventions and misuse them. You don't send dozens of flyers against pitiful villages. There's no elegance to a swarm. Just like you don't use explosives inspired by the great dragon to carve a treasure chamber. A menial use of power without even a decent crater to show for it. Just next to the launch room. I don't know how you get in or out because it is, after all, behind a massive immobile door. I can think of one way to open it, but I don't have a lever long enough, so you'll have to use your head. Well, not literally. I will restate and reiterate as necessary, but I would like to get back to my tools. Master Li? No, I don't think so. Well, I am not so good with names. Or faces. Dates are bad, too. But I remember my own handiwork. Several older flyers stopped here briefly. They were full of Lotus assassins, and one big assassin in black armor who seemed to be in charge. Very big, unpleasant look on his mask. They had a prisoner with them, or so I heard, and they all seemed nervous about it. The flyers left for the Imperial City soon after. Does that help? I will restate and... Oh, I would like to put something explodey in his food, just to see if it would make him blink, because that one has dead eyes, like he's missing something. Sometimes he is here, sometimes he is not. I don't know right now which is true. But I know he is dangerous. Very dangerous. Yes, goodbye. Go and leave me to think.
Please, don't burn me. I'll do anything you want.
I'm sure you will, child. But deep inside you think you're not a slave. Only true pain will wash away these thoughts. You can have your slaves when they're broken, not a moment before.
Help me, please!
You wandered into the wrong room, slave.
Hey, I know you. Mother and I met you when we were trying to get out of Tien's Landing. I don't want to be a slave. I just want to get out of this place.
Tata ya okayowe ya fonia sisa ya trusta pafawe ya tolia.
Pawoyer estir, wo sayer ithasaya wa kawishir.
Oifo ya uksonko noko isansia.
Kosawa ya ira ethia, sisa uka kawa koyu.
Sisa ia akawawi o kupfaia wo tuko utro.
Saya yo woya ye ni tatatir ni sasapika. Satha kawayer sonuyer kawayer payer nasi sunkut. O wowo sun so anawa kawaras tata safayat.
I'm glad you're safe, Mother.
Did you see Gao when he went by? There was fire in his eyes.
There's always fire in his eyes. Dark magic burns inside him.
Yeah, but this time it was worse. Better stay out of his way for the next little while. Something really set him off.
Wait a minute. You there! Who are you? You can't be up here.
You're on his knee!
Longsword!
You dare disturb me in my grief? I said no interruptions. You will pay for it. Wait. You are not one of my servants. I know you. You are one of Master Li's students. You were the one who killed my son Gao. Your words mean nothing. You are a murderer, a killer! Gao was everything to me, and now he's gone. Damn you and that school! My Gao was never good enough for Master Li. You were always his prize pupil. And now my son is... Gao may be gone, but I will avenge him. I know the styles your broken old master taught you, and I know how to beat them. I promise your death will be both slow and painful.
Dead already. Damn it all. I wanted nothing more than to watch this man die. After I left you, I stumbled across some very interesting documents. Perhaps I spent too long poring over them, but I couldn't resist. Let me explain why I'm here. That should clarify things. You saw with your own eyes that these pirates were collecting slaves, right? True enough. I have a particular hatred for slavers. Gao's slaving operation found its way to my home several years ago. I was away at the time, but my daughter was there. Those black-hearted bastards took my daughter, Pin May. They killed her for resisting them. She was my only child. I lost her mother when Pin May was born, but my daughter was something precious in return. The slavers offered no such consolation. It has been 3 years since I lost my daughter, and I have spent that time tracking down the men who took her. My search led me here, to the lair of Gao the Greater. His men took my daughter, and I meant to even the score. On my way up here, I stumbled across records that show that this goes beyond Gao. The Lotus Assassins are his primary buyers. Is that so? There can be no doubt, then. This goes beyond Gao the Greater. I have my vengeance, but how many others have suffered as I have because of the Lotus Assassins? Do you mean to go further with this? I would join you. Only a fool would oppose the Lotus Assassins, but 2 fools working together stand a better chance than one. It'll be an honor to join you. Oh, and I stumbled across a little something on my way up here. It's probably something you need.
Hey! That's the dust inductor I was hiding. The dragonfly can't fly without it. It was under the floorboards in my workshop last I looked. Well, next time I hide something, I'm packing explosives around it. Yes, explosives shaped like silver bananas. Stops thieves, monkeys, and monkey thieves in one fell swoop. Yeah.
In my mind, you stand the best chance of facing down Gao's masters. We also have a far greater chance of succeeding together rather than apart. If you are planning to take on the servants of Death's Hand, you'll need all the help you can get. I assure you, I will be as devoted and capable as any of your other companions.
Ha! If I could harness all that hot air, I could make a furnace to power the whole of the Imperial City. Well, if you're done with all the talking, I have to go make the dragonfly ready for some flying. Hey! Ha ha! Much kicking and such. It really gets the blood flowing. And explosions. Lots of blood flowing from those too. I replaced the dust inductor. The marvelous dragonfly will cross the sky at your whim for a short way. The heavens welcome my machines, but not without considerable cajoling. If you want to fly more than a short distance, I will need an inscrutable power source. Ha ha! What wonders cling to you, my friend? There were only 2 in this whole region, and I destroyed one so Inquisitor Lim would not make off with my marvelous dragonfly. The other was with the Lotus Assassins, but the fools only used it for demolition. Now, here you stand with it. I will put it in the dragonfly, and it will be ready to go. Not the ideal placement. If it shook more, the heavens might think we were afraid and take pity. This is more stable, but not as fun. Okay, she's ready to go. Hop on. I know a nice safe landing place just outside Tien's Landing. Very unlikely we'll crash. Ha-ha! Everybody on board! The marvelous dragonfly is about to take flight!
This new flyer seems nicer than the one we took from Gal the Lesser, although I'm really only judging by how shiny it is. A poor guess, I'm sure.
No. The marvelous dragonfly is superior to the amber mosquitoes I foisted on Gao. And actually, the shinier the better. The heavens like their glory reflected. A shame I can't leave it on the ground for all to see, but I'm not going through all this just to have it stripped to the frame by local brats. I'll call it back if we need it. Well, it's much like the dilemma of the centipede. If he relaxes and lets things happen, he can walk naturally all day long, his 100 legs not missing a step. But if he thinks too hard about the complexity of what he's doing, those legs might crash into the tea house and kill everyone. A valuable lesson.
Is there anything you need? I'll do whatever I can to help. I'm trying to feel good about what happened at Gao's fortress, the lair of his pirates. We went looking for our master and perhaps another flyer. What we found, I was not prepared for how cruel people could be. Seeing those people with no control over their fates, it is similar to a pain in my past that I have not thought about for a long time. I would not dream of saying my experience is similar to those poor people in Gao's fortress, but that lack of control, I know that well. One of the only things I know about myself is that on the morning I was born, the sky was red, like distant mountains were on fire. Perhaps it was dirge burning, as Zeus said. I believe it was an ill omen, and that stigma is why my abilities became a burden. That's why I must have been left at the school. To be subject to the whims of someone else just because of what you are, be you slave or outsider. Yes, I know that well. Yes, you are an outsider too, albeit one with power to change your world. I think the slaves in the pirate lair would greatly appreciate your skill in defense. And I would make great use of your confidence. You inspire me to think of the possibilities, not just the problems. I'm gaining an appreciation for the person you are becoming. Perhaps we should speak on these matters again sometime. Be well, my friend.